Welcome back to part two of Jim Wilson's story from Angus, Scotland. Jim, today is World Soil Day, so it feels very fitting that we're talking to a soil guru. Yesterday, in part one of the series, you were talking a lot about the soil research and sampling that you did back in the 80s and 90s that led you to the formation of your business, Soil Essentials. Jim, high-level overview, what is it that Soil Essentials does today?
Yeah, thanks, Delaney. So Soil Essentials is a precision agricultural company, a specialist company that deals with a whole range of different precision ag tools and techniques that we supply direct to farmers, but also through companies across the world. Those tools range from effectively precision soil management tools, soil sampling, soil scanning, measurement, area measurement, drone flying, whatever tools we can bring to make farmers more efficient. We also have a machine control department, which supplies farmers, growers, companies with electronics to fit on their tractors to do either steer their tractors to make sure that we cut down the amount of time and energy that it takes to apply seeds and fertilizers to those fields. We also supply kit that changes the rate of seeds and fertilizers across the field based on the maps that we make in the Precision Ag division. And we also, and in addition to support that machine control department, we broadcast an RTK signal across the UK that allows those tractors to steer accurately hands-free down to 1 or 2 centimeters hands-free. In the third division, we call it the core division. We build software, we build cloud-based software to integrate tools to manage the data that comes from those other 2 divisions. And we sell that software worldwide usually to companies who want to support their growers by offering them precision ag tools and technologies. And so that software called core is reskinned with their colors, their logos, and their tools to suit what they are trying to do in their regions of the world.
That's amazing. I didn't realize that you guys were a global company. Very exciting that you get to work with all sorts of different facets of agriculture, I'm sure.
We certainly work in lots of different environments, that's for sure. We're probably not we're not going to rival the Yaras of this world, but we're a private company based in Scotland with a global overview, that's for sure.
So Jim, you guys obviously focus a lot on ag technology and soil technology. Why have you felt that this is such an important area to continue to invest time and resources into?
When we were trying to understand what we were offering, I mean, farmers are absolutely passionate about their soils. It's where we all come from. It's where the source of our well-being is. It's where the source of our business is. It's where the source of our civilization is. And there are a raft of quotes out there explaining how people feel how important soil is. And I feel that perhaps over the last few years, as farming has become a little bit more industrialized, a bit more of a business, it's very easy to take your eye off the importance of soil. You know, when you're worried about harvesting a crop in the rain, or you're worried about the price of the crop, or whether the farm is going to be profitable, it's very easy to try and just assume that it's all right. The soil will be all right, and I think I'm very happy that over the last few years, the farmers and even the public's worldview, and even the politicians' view has changed back to the importance of soil health, and the amount of carbon that we're storing in the soil.
Yeah, and soil is a living, breathing, dynamic organism.
Absolutely. And it's so easy to forget that when you're working with it every day, and also when you're busy. But if we're not careful, we potentially, with the power we have available now, with the equipment, with the high-powered equipment, with the heavy equipment, with the seeds, fertilizers, chemicals, none of which are a problem by themselves. But when you start to really push the soil to its limits, in terms of productivity, then you have to be very, very careful about how you do that.
So Jim, today is World Soil Day. So it's very fitting, I think, that we're having a conversation focused around soil and soil health. You've kind of alluded to this a little bit, but why do you continue to promote soil health?
Soil health, as far as I'm concerned, everything comes from the soil. Really, all our food, all our well-being, our history is in the soil. The soil fertility is something that is, as I say, when you're under financial pressure, it's so easy to forget that soil fertility and to save a little bit here and there. I don't think we need to change anything major when you're really focusing around about soil health. You just have to be aware of the damage that you can do and try and do a little bit better. Try and feed the soil. But there's a famous quote: "If you feed the soil, you'll feed yourself." So if we don't really focus on soil health, then we're on a one-way ticket down to major problems. Yeah.
I love that. If you feed the soil, you feed yourself. I think that's a really easy, memorable quote. That really reflects the true value that soil and soil health brings to your food.
Absolutely.
Jim, when you look at environmental practices, I'm sure you've seen a lot of changing environmental practices over the years being in this industry, in this space, both as a farmer and as a business owner.
Yeah.
What are some of the most impactful environmental practices that you've seen either on your farm or from some of your customers' farms?
Yes, sure. I think the ones I keep promoting is thinking about it, thinking about what you're doing, using your senses. Everyone is now in ag tech. Everyone is very promotes sensors. We've got some amazing sensors, from satellite image sensors to soil sensors, but actually the best sensor in the world is still the farmer's hands and his eyes and his nose and his ears and his brain. So I think the most important thing is the appreciation of the skills that farmers bring to assessing their soil health and their innate knowledge, because as you grow, as you get experience, you understand when the soil is healthy and when it's not. And at least the journey is then you're able to start on the journey of improving that soil health by using your own senses. Now, of course, those senses are backed up by, as I said, all the other amazing sensors we have, but it's still back to all the technology that we have can't replace the farmer's hands, feet, and feet on the ground. So I think that's number one. And I think as farming becomes more industrialized, the challenge is to maintain the farmers on the ground to actually enable that to happen, to enable us to monitor soil health, aided by technology, absolutely, but the best sensor is still the farmer.
I love that. I think that's a really unique perspective too. I don't know that I've ever heard someone say that the first resource is the farmer, their hands, their eyes, their senses. I think we get overwhelmed maybe by the amount of technology that's in the industry and think, what is it that's going to move the needle, when realistically I, as a farmer, can move the needle myself.
Absolutely, absolutely, and you certainly need a lot of technology. As we farm more land, as we have bigger machines, as the tractor radios get louder and you turn them up and you don't hear the sound of the implement going through the soil. It certainly helps you to pull your attention to areas of the soil that may need improvement, but the final measurement is actually the farmer's opinion on what to do with that soil and how to manage it best, and that's really important.
I love that. So Jim, how are you going to celebrate World Soil Day today?
I'm going to go and walk through some of my fields and admire the crops of wheat and winter oats that are growing currently in the fields. So that's always a fun job. So that's what I'm going to do, and I'll probably take my wife and our dog, and we'll have a walk through.
That's great. You'll probably feel some soil in your hand too. There's something.
Absolutely, yes, yeah, yeah. Well, it's going to be pretty wet today, so I'm sure we'll be have some soil on our boots as well.
So it feels like there are a lot of national and international days, but today is obviously a very special day for people working in the agricultural and in the farming industry. What do you see as the importance of recognizing World Soil Day? What's a message that you would want to share with other farmers or consumers about why today is an important day to mark down?
Yeah. So why is today an important day? Because, as I say, everything comes from the soil. All our civilization comes from the soil. Where did civilization originally arise from? The Far East Mesopotamia. It rose there because they had very fertile soil, and it thrived there because it had fertile soil. And as civilization moved out, Egypt was famous for, again, fertile soil, which was replenished by the flooding of the Nile every year. And my message is, if we don't take care of our soil, maintain soil fertility, maintain the soil carbon, maintain the soil health, then our civilization is under threat. So please, let's take care of our soil.
Jim, I know as part of the Global Farmer Network, we ask that you help tell your story on social media, on podcasts, blogs, resources, etc. Where are some of the places that viewers can find you and the resources that maybe you talked about in these couple of minutes that we've talked today?
Sure. Well, we're Soil Essentials as a company and by the way, Soil Essentials. The clue is in the name. That this is completely the reason that we call the company Soil Essentials. It is the most essential thing in agriculture, in farming, and life, as far as we're concerned. Where can they find us? We can find us in all the company media, in Facebook, in YouTube, and Instagram, and TikTok as well, and of course in the Global Farmer website.
Absolutely. And you can also catch Jim's story this week on the Global Farmer Network, talking about World Soil Day and the importance of soil health. Jim, thank you once again for tuning in with us and joining us. It's been really fun to talk about soil health and just your background in business.
Sure. Pleasure. Thank you, Delaney.
You can also find Global Farmer Network on social media, Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, and YouTube. Thanks again for tuning in with us once again. Next month, we'll be back with another great conversation with another farmer from somewhere else new in the world. Until then, have a great day.